This is Math 2, 9.3 notes. That's Unit 9, Lesson 3. Today we're going to be continuing with our Simplify. Write in standard form. Number 1. The quantity of x plus 5 times the quantity of 3x minus 2. Okay, so we call this double distribution when we did this last week, which is what we're going to continue. I also talked to you about the FOIL method and the window method, all of which work. I'm going to continue calling it double distribution. I multiply the x first to both of them. X times 3x is 3x squared. X times negative 2 is negative 2x. And then I cover this and I distribute the positive 5 to both of them. So positive 15x, 5 and negative 2 is negative 10. And then I combine like terms if there are any, which there are here, and these are the only like terms. So that gives me 3x squared. That adds up to positive 13x, and then minus 10. Now these are not like terms. I often have kids that do that, especially like on quizzes and tests. They're working too quick and they start to combine those and call that 16x to the third. That doesn't work that way. Make sure you remember that. Okay, now if you wanted to, you do not have to write this on the side unless you like this method instead. If you do, you would do x 5, 3x, negative 2, and then fill it in. 3x times x is 3x squared. 3x times 5 is 15x. Negative 2 times x is negative 2x. Negative 2 times 5 is negative 10. And then you would write it all out and combine like terms. And you'd end up with the same thing we did there. Okay. Moving along. Number 2. Changes slightly. 4 times the quantity of y minus 6 times the quantity of y plus 5. Now here we have a 4 to worry about. There's multiple ways of doing this. Technically you can distribute the 4. I will always do it in class where I double distribute first and then distribute the 4 at the end. Double distribute first and then distribute the 4 at the end. Technically you don't have to do it that way. You could distribute the 4 first, but then the numbers get really big and you're multiplying bigger numbers. Or some kids will multiply the 4 to everything, which is incorrect. Don't do it. So to be on the safe side, I'm just going to always do the 4 at the end. Okay, so I'm going to distribute the y just like I did on the previous problem first. Y times y is y squared. Y times positive 5 is positive 5y. And then I'm going to distribute the negative 6. Negative 6 times y is negative 6y, and that there is negative 30. I'm going to combine like terms and then distribute the 4. You could do the 4 now if you wanted, it doesn't matter. Y squared, that comes out to be negative 1y minus 30. That's because those there are the like terms, and then you distribute your 4. 4y squared minus 4y minus 120. Now, if you are doing the window method, the box method, and you have your y and your negative 6, your y and your 5, you just do it the same way I did earlier. You just do all this and then do the 4 at the end. After you clean all that up, then you distribute your 4. Okay, next one. Number 3 does get a little bit bigger. The quantity of 3x squared plus 2x plus 4 times the quantity of 4x minus 5. This is now triple distribution. I'm going to take and distribute the 3x squared first, and then the 2x, and then the 4. Triple distribution. Okay, so let's go. 3x squared goes to both of those, and that gives me 12x, and you add your exponents, so 12x to the third 3x squared times negative 5 is negative 15x squared. And then I'm going to go through and do it again with the 2x. 2x times 4x is positive 8x squared. 2x times negative 5 is negative 10x. And then I'm going to go through and one last time do it with the 4. And let's see if I can find a different color. 4 times 4x is positive 16x, and 4 times negative 5 is negative 20. I have a lot of terms, more than one set of terms to combine, so we're going to go through and work this out. 12x cubed has no like terms, so it's going to stay. Negative 15x squared and positive 8x squared. When you add those together, that gives you negative 7x squared, and this should be cubed. I hoped I said cubed and just wrote it incorrectly. That's 12x cubed minus 7x squared. And then I have negative 10x and positive 16x. That adds up to positive 6x, and the negative 20 at the end has no like term. That there is your final answer. All the other ones have been trinomials. This is now a 4-term polynomial. It's cubic. These two were quadratic. So just note, we are now doing triple distribution rather than double. Now, a really quick side note, 2 quick side notes. If you wanted to, you do not have to. Some kids prefer to leave it as double distribution, and so they put the 4x minus 5 first and the 3x squared plus 2x plus 4 second. It doesn't matter. You're going to get the same answer. You would distribute the 4x to 3 terms and then distribute the negative 5 to the 3 terms, and you'd still end up with the same answer. Some kids like it better this way, some don't care and work it however it's given. It is up to you. And the last piece with this problem before we move on to the next one is, what if you are choosing the box method? So I'm going to go off this one. There's a 3x squared, there's a positive 2x and a positive 4, a 4x and a negative 5. If you don't like this method, fast forward and move on to the next problem. 4 times 3 is 12. Add your exponents, x to the third. 4x and 2x is 8x squared. 4x and 4 is 16x. Negative 5 times 3x squared is negative 15x squared. Negative 5 and 2 is negative 10x, and negative 5 and 4 is negative 20. And then you would write it all out. Some kids will combine the like terms here, or write it all out like we did previously, and combine your like terms. You can see I'm kind of squeezing it in there. You have like terms. This is a squared and like terms, and then you end up with the same answer that we did over there. All right, moving on. Number 4, 2x plus 3 times the quantity of x minus 4 times the quantity of x minus 7. Okay, so this is multiplying multiple polynomials. Typically I've just had this, but now I have 3 sets, first, second, third. Okay, multiplication is commutative, so it does not matter which 2 you multiply first. The first 2, the last 2, the first and the last. Doesn't matter. I'm just going to read from left to right and do those 2 first. So I'm going to kind of ignore that guy for a little bit and just do my double distribution like we've done on previous problems with those 2 there. Okay, so 2x times x is 2x squared minus 8x, and again, if you wanted to do the box method, you can do that with, ignore that, and you're just doing it with those 2. That was 2x squared minus 8x plus 3x minus 12. and you're going to combine like terms there. So that gives me 2x squared minus 5x minus 12 times x minus 7. Now this looks just like number 3 that we did here with the triple distribution. And remember what I said, if you'd like, you could put the x minus 7 first. Up to you. I'm going to leave it like this and and work it out. Okay, 2x squared times x is 2x to the third. 2x squared times negative 7 is negative 14x squared. Now I'm going to do the negative 5x. Negative 5x times x is negative 5x squared. Negative 5x times positive, going the wrong way, I already did that one. Negative 5x times negative 7 is positive 35x. And now for the last piece, negative 12 times x is negative 12x, and negative 12 times negative 7 is positive 84. All right, so what did we do here? We went through and did triple distribution. First thing we distributed was the 2x squared to everything. 2x squared times x was a 2x cubed. 2x squared times negative 7 was a negative 14x squared. Remember, you multiply coefficients and add the exponents. And then we did the negative 5x. Negative 5x times x was negative 5x squared. Negative 5x times negative 7 is positive, because you multiply two negatives, it's a positive, positive 35x. And then we distribute the negative 12 and end up with negative 12x plus 84. We're ready to combine like terms. 2x cubed minus 19x squared. 35x, take away 12x, or you can read that as 35x plus negative 12x is positive 23x. 84 is at the end, and that there is your final answer. And that is it for this lesson.
Oh, I know, neither did I.